Okay, mommy. So we are doing a mommy and me interview, and the idea is for us to create a conversation and an environment so that you feel like I'm right there, giving you good hugs, even in the midst of everything we're experiencing for coronavirus. So, some of the questions that I ask you, you should feel free to ask me back. And one of the questions, or one of the things that we're supposed to talk about, it's more conversation than interview, but we're supposed to talk about is to describe me, Dr. Andrea Rye. Describe me in 3 words. How would you describe your daughter in 3 words?
Energetic, helpful, and beautiful.
Ah, that's so sweet. I get my looks from my mama. That is so sweet. You want me to describe you in 3 words?
Mm-hmm.
Patient, empathetic, and loyal.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I think you're beautiful too, but you knew that already. So mom, a lot of my friends over the years have decided that you're their mom too, so they call you Mama Rye. How does that make you feel to have all these kids you didn't birth?
Well, I guess a lot of it has to do with what I chose as a profession, where my goal was to help as many young Black and other, not just Black, but young people reach their achievement and to excel in life. And that was a desire foremost for African American students because of all the trials and tribulations they go through as they're growing up in life and the obstacles that they face. So I reached out to as many young people as I could.
What has been the impact of you having so many relationships with young people? Like, what have you seen as a result of that?
Well, it's sort of like a legacy because although I don't remember names, I do remember faces and to see some of my former students. And they always tell me how much I influenced them and how much they grew because of me. And they appreciate the fact that I reached out to them when I felt it was necessary.
Do you think that the part about you that is the Mama Rye part came from any particular member of the family? Like, where did you get that that openness and like that open-armedness? Where did you get that from?
It's a Gordon trait.
Yeah, super extended family.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of Mama, that's what I call Graham. Annabelle DeQueer is 102. And she will be 103 on Christmas Day this year. What is one of the greatest lessons you've learned from Grandmommy?
Compassion for others. As I tell her that she keeps fussing that God didn't take her. He took her brothers and sisters before her. And I told her that he is leaving her here because she can do so much for other people, praying and whatever. People always ask her to pray for them.
Yeah, she's incredible. Some of my favorite things about Graham are like, I don't know how she remembers everybody's birthday. And I think she's so funny. Like, she is, when it's by accident, like what she said, you know that doggone, or whatever.
It's always doggone.
Or she go, "Aw, shucks."
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think it's funny. She always has a story, and she's fantastic. I love my grandmother. What do you think was there a changing moment for you with Graham? Like I remember like exactly when I felt like we got really close. I felt like we always had a good relationship. Like we never had, I'm trying to think of maybe the worst thing that happened. I think the worst thing that happened growing up is when you used to show your teeth at me when I was in trouble. Mom, can you do it real quick? Can you show the people the stuff you did? No, but you gotta say the stuff you would say showing the teeth. Now do it.
Angela, come here, girl.
You did not say, "Come here, girl." You be talking about, "Get your." That's what you would be saying. You didn't try to. Don't be trying to make it Christian now. Don't be trying. But I remember like in college feeling like we were becoming friends. What do you remember growing up with Graham? Did you have a moment where you felt like your relationship was shifting to a friendship too? Not that you lose the respect of your mother. You never lose respect for your mom, but like, do you feel like there was this moment where you guys really became friends too?
Yeah, because she started confiding in me as an adult and asking for my advice and my opinion of things.
She did?
Yeah.
One of the things that I respect so much about you, Mom, is even in some of the challenging times, you've never, to this day, I'm 40, said anything bad about Daddy to me. Except for, you will do this. "You know your dad."
Yeah.
You definitely do that. And it definitely comes with a suck your teeth. "You know your dad." Or like normally I feel like it's not even about Daddy. You shaking your head at both of us like this.
Mm-hmm.
But now I forgot what I was gonna ask. Talking about the shaking your head. You never said anything bad about Daddy. Where did that come from? Did it come from you not wanting to hear negative things about Grandpa from Graham? Or did you just feel like that's just wrong? I just wouldn't do that.
I just think that you raise your kids to respect their parents, and so as a parent, you shouldn't do things that would be disrespectful. And so that's for first and foremost. And so that's why I would never say anything negative, because I wouldn't want you to influence the feelings that you have for your dad. Mm-hmm. That you would hold him in high self-esteem.
Yeah. Can you think of a time where I did something that surprised you, for the good or the bad?
Yeah.
What?
I remember when you were finishing law school and decided that you were going to move to D.C. You were always a homegirl, and I never thought you would venture out like that on your own, because you were comfortable at home, being at home.
Literally in your house.
Right. You wouldn't go to Howard to college.
You also told me that if I was going to Howard, what was you going to do?
I was going to.
See? So Daddy would have been by himself. So it's a marriage that's still intact, because so that I feel like God must have knew. I didn't know. So I was like, maybe that was it. Mommy, what are you most... Well, first, before we do that, I want to tell you the thing that I thought you were going to say surprised you the most. I thought you were going to say that the thing that I did that surprised you the most was the time where I asked you if I could have some ice cream when I was about 5. And you told me no. And so I went into your purse. I got your checkbook. and I wrote out 2 separate checks for $1 for ice cream. By the time I got them writing the checks, the ice cream man been gone. But I thought you would care.
That's right.
Lord.
Well, what it really showed wasn't that you were a thief, but it showed that you were a determined child.
I knew you were gonna say that. She's a
You were
determined
determined. That's you in life and the way you interact. You are just all somebody better do is tell you no.
Well, I got that honestly because, Mom, you may not verbally say no, but Mom, guess what you are? You are a determined mom. Mom, you be walking around telling people, okay, and then still go do the stuff your way. Like, no matter what. So that you can't just put that on me. I got it genetically.
That's right.
2 strong-willed parents. What inspires you every day? What is the thing that you are excited about when you wake up every morning? Especially given what we're experiencing right now.
I guess the inner peace that you feel.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you feel some things that were so important in life really aren't that important because it makes you look at your mortality.
Mm-hmm. What about something that you didn't realize was as important and now you're like, this is super important? What's one thing that you're like, no, this is the thing that's important?
I think your relationship with your husband and then putting that person first. You understand how you really put that person first.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Even though your dad is doing the most. He just pampers me.
Do you tell him that you feel pampered?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing Daddy does to pamper you?
We mix my meals every day.
That's nice. If you could tell your 40-year-old self, because that's how old I am, if you could tell your 40-year-old self anything right now, what would it be?
Treasure your friends, your best friends. Treasure them because they are a major part of your life and your upcoming.
That's good. What's something you've always wanted to ask me, Mom?
Do you like your 40-year-old self?
I do like my 40-year-old self. I have come to peace, like reached peace with the fact that there's so much I don't know, and that was, I think, challenging because I spent my entire life as a know-it-all, as you know. So like,
yes.
Real, you say yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think realizing just how much I don't know and not being sad about it or not being intimidated by it, but being excited and curious about learning new things is really cool. And then I think like from a control issues kind of frame anyway, like I have a certain way that I spent my life that I want it to be perceived. So like perfectionist tendencies balanced with like being controlling and how much of a burden, you know, that has been for me to kind of carry that, and nobody assigned that to me but me. So like releasing that and walking in the freedom of not having to carry that is like beautiful. And then, like you said, Mommy, I think part of it is, being in this new normal where it's like, I remember before coronavirus hit and feeling like, okay, I need to fly home to see my parents in between these speeches. And I think we talked about that. Like, okay, I'm going to come this weekend because I have it off. And then, like, realizing that when you push those things off because you're too busy or it doesn't work for your schedule, like, it's something, and you don't expect anything like this to happen. And now I'm just like, I can only talk to y'all on the phone or see you on FaceTime. Is like, that is not okay. And not from a judgmental standpoint, just from like where I want to shift my priorities. Like, I want to do that a little differently. And then I think I spent so long trying to do what I thought everybody expected me to do, and not balanced enough with what I really want to do. And so learning to create space for some of the things that I really want to do. I can't do what I want to do all the time, but it certainly can be more in balance. And so that is something that I'm learning to appreciate at 40. But do you like your 76-year-old self?
I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing is, though, you look back at the years and your age and you thought, I never thought I was going to get old. You feel
Mom.
that way.
Yeah.
You never thought you were going to be old. And then you go somewhere, or you're with people and you're talking about somebody mentioned somebody, or you notice some couple or something and you thought, boy, they sure are old. And then I thought, hey, wait a minute, that's me. I come to realization, you old too. But
yeah. Oh, this is a good question they have on here. What changed the most about you when you had me?
Well,
you got to sit back for that one.
Not really. There's nothing more gratifying than having a daughter. And I wasn't sure I was going to have, because we only had one child. So when you came into the world, then I had somebody I could pamper and share things with and make things for. And
by make things, we talking about matching Christmas, Easter, and sometimes Thanksgiving outfits. Okay?
Right.
I want people to be clear. This is a seamstress, okay? Mom, I don't think people know. Well, they wouldn't know. I haven't shared this, but you made my lunch every day, except for Daddy did give me daily lunches sometimes. But for the most part, every weekday, from when I was a small child to, I feel like it was part of the way sophomore year when I was like, Mommy, you don't have to make my lunch anymore. Sophomore year in high school. Except
that I used to have to come to Holy Names to go to that restaurant across the street from Holy Names to bring you to lunch. Remember that place?
Yeah.
Where they sold roasted chicken. You love that place.
That place was good. Where do you think we are the most similar, and how are we different?
We both love clothes.
That's the truth. Mommy, we used to have shopping trips every Sunday. We went to Frederick and Nelson's after church to eat and to shop.
You're much more outgoing than I am.
You think so?
Yes. You're more like, you walk in a room and you meet people, and with me, I go stand in the corner.
No, Mom, I don't like meeting people. Mommy, back up a little bit so they can see your whole face. There you go. I think that's adapted. Like, if it's a room where I already know people, I can do that. But if I don't know anybody, I'm going to stand on the wall like you. It's so funny because for so long, like, you know, Daddy will talk to anybody, the Uber driver, the baggage handler at the airport, the rich CEO, all the members of Congress. Like, Daddy will go talk to anybody, and I admire that about him, but I don't have it. And by the time Daddy gets done, he's like, okay, let's go. Like, he's energized from talking to people, and I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to talk to nobody for the rest of the week. So I used to think I was more extroverted like Daddy, but I think I was trying to emulate his behavior more than that is truly who I am. What's your funniest memory?
Oh, that's hard.
I'm trying to think of one this. I remember when you learned how to do the running man.
Oh.
And when you would do it, I would... Huh?
I said that was work.
No, but Mommy, it would be so funny because it was an era where you always wore headbands. So you would be like this. Let me see, can I do it on here? You would be like this doing the running man. And your headband would start coming down here. So I would ask you to do it just so that I could see your headband fall down. Oh man, that used to be great. I used to love that.
I guess what was funny was when Danella's mother, it was babysit, was taking care of you.
Grandma Lee.
Yeah, she and Mr. Lee would get in these funny arguments over things. It was just funny because they one time they got in an argument over the name of the whale that had just come to Seattle, and both of them were wrong.
Oh my God!
One said Nanu, another one said Manu, and the whale's name was Namu.
How long did they fight that?
Forever.
Did you tell them?
Well, yeah, because when I came to pick you up, they made me break the tie. All right, which one of us is right? And I'd say, no, neither one of you are right.
Oh my, yeah. What do you feel like was the like our hardest time, like our most challenging time? I know you say that teenagers have a brain the size of a pea. What do you think is our most difficult season?
Well, you know, as you aged, you took on the role of the parent, and you were a helicopter child. That's it. So you used to get really impatient when I didn't do what you expected me to do, or have the opinion you expect me to have.
Really, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
That makes me sad. Well, when you look back on those times, or even now, because you still say I'm a helicopter daughter, what are the things that you feel like I could do differently or better when it comes to patience, or even what you say about you don't have the opinions that I think you should have? What do you think I could do differently?
I think give people space. You can be overwhelming, and you have your opinions and you're staunch, and so for you to pull back and realize that other people have a view that may not match your view, but they can both be valid.
That's hard, girl, because I be feeling like I'm right. And with Daddy, I be right all the time.
Well, that's true. He's the person. He's the person that strikes everybody that way. He has to do everything the hard way.
Oh my goodness. The one of the things that came to mind when you said that is how many times you said in my life, and I know you think I don't listen, but I do. That the most important skill we can gain in life is perspective taking.
Right.
So even though I really like my opinion, I do hear you on that, and I have tried very hard to implement that. What about there was this other moment. Oh, you know what else you told me? Angela, make big things small and small things nothing. If you could grade me on that today, how do you think I'm doing?
You're doing a lot better. You're doing a lot better. When I watch you and your efforts to work with Ryan and Jay, I think you did a phenomenal job with them.
I'm so honored to have you as my mom and my friend, one of my bestest friends. What's something you want to leave the people with, Mommy? Some advice or some thoughts to all the moms out there that may be having a hard time? What you got?
My favorite quote.
What is it?
It's actually aimed at you. And it's, I am the dream my ancestors dreamed of. Ancestors, I mean.
Oh, are you talking about the thing that's on that shirt? I'm my ancestors' wildest dreams?
Right.
Yes.
I love that because you are my my wildest dreams. If I wanted to imagine or determine what kind of daughter I would have and what she looked like and how what she would accomplish, it's you. You've done a good job.
Oh no.
Phenomenal job. And I'm really proud of you.
Now I'm crying.
It's a Gordon trait.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom. Well, I could not have asked for a better mom. And one that is strong but tender at the same time. And I hope you know how proud I am of you. Not just with a 4.0 achieving doctorate status, but just the person you are. How you treat people, how you love on your family, how you take care of Graham, and just who you are. Like, I'm so grateful that you are my mom, and I wish that for all the people out there who either lost their moms or never had the opportunity to know their moms, or for whatever reason their relationships are challenged, I pray that they're able to find someone who is a Mama Rai-like person for them so they can have that type of love and wisdom in their lives too. So thank you, Mommy.
Thank you. Yeah, and I love all your friends. I love all of them. You've got some wonderful friends.
Yeah, blessed there too. Thank you, Mom. I love you.
I love you too.